Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to see a Microsoft Fabric project. Okay. And in this project, we are going to see everything from start to end. And this will be an Microsoft Fabric plus Power BI plus SQL project, right? So this will be an advanced project in which we are going to see all the concepts of Fabric. I will also tell you if you don't have an account of Fabric, I will tell you how to set up a new account from your Gmail account only, right? Or your Gmail ID, whichever you have, which is completely free, right? You can write it or you can create it for free and you can use the Microsoft Fabric. I will tell you the complete process for that in this video itself. So you can watch the video and you can perform it on yourself, right? So why I am doing this Microsoft Fabric project is because guys, Microsoft Fabric will be the future now. Because what Microsoft Fabric is, if you might have gone through this picture, nothing but it is a unified data platform with AI transformations, right? So everything is brought at one place, nothing but data factory, analytics, Power BI, creating databases, data warehouses, one lakes, everything is been brought at one single platform, that is Microsoft Fabric. Okay. And it also have AI features like Copilot, right? So this is a Microsoft tool, so they won't bring any normal tool. It will be an advanced tool only, right? So this is very very important. Whoever are doing the preparation for data analysis, okay, so it is required for you to learn Microsoft Fabric because it is the future, right? Those whoever have learned Power BI, I would recommend them to see this entire project. I will teach you everything from basic as an beginner. Okay, so this will be a beginner to advanced level, how to do everything in this project. And at actual, we are going to do everything, right? So first, we will try to create a workspace. After creating a workspace, we will create a lake house, right? Where we will ingest all our data, right? And after ingesting our all the data, we will do the processing on data where nothing but we will convert of all our CSV file into our delta tables, right? Nothing but a normalized table which have all the asset properties. I will tell you that. Okay, after that we will also create a data warehouse, right? And for creating a data warehouse, we can also write, after creating data warehouse also, we can write few queries also in this, right? So you can see this is the Swiggy project which I have created, and in this we are going to create all these tables, right? And based on these tables, we are going to do some transformation, some data cleaning, okay, by using some SQL queries. I will tell you everything from the start, right? After that, what we will do, actually we will create some data pipelines which is a part of data factory. Nothing but Azure data factory is the concept which has been used in this, which is the second generation thing which is being used in Power BI. And to tell you that many of projects which uses data factory, right? So I will just tell you first why we use Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so initially, what was happening is we were using multiple tools from multiple organizations to do different works, right? So let's say for data cleaning, you were using some Pentaho tools, or you might be using some, Informatica, Alteryx tools, right? Which are of different organization. And after that, storing those data, after clean the data, you might be using some data warehouses. So data warehouses might be of Amazon, or it may be of Microsoft data warehouses, right? After that, also for bringing that data into SQL databases, you are using MySQL, Oracle, which is again of different companies, right? After that, you might be using different visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, ClickSense, Looker, right? So what was happening is we are using multiple tools for different use, or we can say ETL process, cleaning and everything from different organization which are placed on different platforms, and they have their own limitations. But what this gap Microsoft identified, and he created, or they created, an Microsoft Fabric tool, which is a unified tool. Here you can say it is a complete unified tool where you can see data factory is nothing but data cleaning, ETL process, we can do everything over here. Okay. Okay, so once data factory, nothing but it uses ADF, that is Azure Data Factory concept only over here. And what Microsoft is right now doing is ADF is a separate service which they are providing to many customers, right? but now they are going to withdraw that service, right? Because it is a generation one service, ADLS, Azure Data Lake service also, right? So that service, Azure Data Factory service, cloud services, they are going to withdraw one by one all of those services, and they are saying that use everything in Microsoft Fabric, because in Microsoft Fabric it is a advanced version which we are using here. All everything is up to date with AI features are also available, right? So after that, we do some analytics, and Azure Data Factory actually uses some Spark engine behind that, right? So PySpark engine is there where notebooks, nothing but Python code can be also written over here. So everything is available over here for us. Analytics also we can do. We can do analytics based on real time analysis, or you can do it in Power BI. We can create some lake houses, power warehouses also. You can do everything over here. Also database, nothing but you might have known the MS SQL Server database. So that integration is also done over here. We call it as TSQL, which you are going to see in this video, which is also called as where it is unified again. That database properties also are brought over here, where you can actually write some SQL queries, right? Everything I will tell you from basic. Real time intelligence can also be done from here. Okay. IQ can be done. Also, we can do Power BI. Okay, nothing but analytics by creating some data sources or semantic model. And then you will also do some one lake properties here, right? Nothing but everything is will be under one lake. Okay, so this one lake will be there, and everything will be there under this. Okay. Alright guys, so I just told you an overview of how Microsoft Fabric work as a unified platform. Okay, a unified, I can say, data platform, which is the future of data now. Everything at one single place, right? Which you can integrate and you can ingest, you can clean, you can use Python notebooks and everything in this. Okay, so I will just give you a quick overview of what particular project, flow we are going to use. Okay. So first we are going to create a workspace for our project. Okay. Then we are going to create a data, or we can say lake house over here. Okay. I'm just giving you overview now. In detail, I will explain you when I will be, deep diving in all of these tools, or, whatever I have just told you. Okay. After we are going to create a lake house. After lake house creation, we are going to do some data validation when we create the SQL, lake house by using SQL endpoint, right? After that, if there is any cleaning required, we will use some data pipelines for that. Okay, then we will create a data warehouse where we will try to create one schema. Okay, because data warehouse consists of different fact tables and dimension tables, where we are going to use a star schema. Okay, then we are going to ingest our data from Lakehouse to data warehouse, right? So we will do that process by using data pipelines, right? These are the data pipelines which are nothing but a data factory, okay, or we can say data engineering part, right? Then we are going to do some validation of data, cleaning of the data if required. Okay, and after that we are going to create a semantic model in Power BI, and after doing all the semantic model, we are going to create an Power BI dashboard, and then we will be publishing that dashboard to our server. Okay, so this is just an overall high level flow which we are going to do, but there are many other components involved in this, which we will do when we are going to deep dive in the project and do one step by step process of everything. Okay, so this is how we are going to create our entire project. All right, and I will just first give you quickly whatever I just told you, a business scenario, okay, or a business state requirements which we have. So this is a very high level requirement, but in detail requirements we get from our customer. When we pair with him, we create few documents, right? So this is just an example of document, what we are going to do in this entire project. So we are going to do the Swiggy data analysis project. The topic is Swiggy analysis, right? And in this, we are going to create end-to-end data pipelines using Microsoft Fabric, SQL, and Power BI, right? So complete architecture we are going to follow, which I just told you, right? So you can read everything. And what is the objective of project is, first we will store the raw data into our lakehouse. Then we will clean and validate the data using SQL. After that, we will model it in data warehouse, nothing but we will ingest all our data from lakehouse to data warehouse, right? Then we will create a semantic model. After that, we are going to validate that model if it is correct or not. Then we will build the entire Power BI dashboards. Okay. And after creating the dashboards, we are going to publish that dashboard again to the Fabric workspace, right? So that all the viewers can see that particular dashboards, which is the end result. Okay. So remember, Power BI visualization is the end result, but the data engineering part behind that will be our base, which we are going to do in this project, right? Then these are the technology stack that we are going to use, right? So we are going to do the storage of data in Lakehouse, modeling we will be doing in data warehouse, all the storing of data cleaning we will do in SQL. Okay, then data processing we will do all the things by Fabric data pipelines, or we can say data factory, whichever pipelines we have. Then semantic layer, we are going to do a Power BI semantic layer, or we can say modeling in semantic layer, and then visualization in Power BI desktop. Okay, and then we will publish everything, right? So first, these are the few steps only. I have just told you at a very high level. I want to go deep dive in this entire thing. I will share this document to you in the description of this particular video. Okay, so this is the high level of problem statement. I have not created very in detail, but as we go through the flow of entire process, then you will understand how to do it. Okay, and I will just go quickly through the data which we have. Okay, so this is the data. So we have multi-table data. Okay, one fact table is there. For your understanding, I have gave it as a fact table, and other four are the dimension tables. So around that we are going to create a star schema, because we have single fact table, and around that dimension tables will be connected with one to many relationships. Okay. Okay, so this is the data, and now I will just give you overview of each and every table over here. So first we will start with the fact orders, nothing but this is a orders table, right? And we also called it as a fact table. So why it is called as a fact table? Because in this there are a few metrics called price, rating, and rating count. So this particular matrix continuously keeps on changing, and which can take any value. That's the reason this is called as a fact table. We can say continuously changing field. And also you can say price, rating, and rating count. These are also called as facts, right? We also call them as facts, and that's the reason this is treated as a fact table. Okay, so this will be our central table, where you can see there are a few IDs available over here. First is date ID, then we have location ID, restaurant ID, and food ID. So if you see, these total IDs are used as a connector to another table, right? Nothing but we also can call this as foreign keys, right? So but this entire its own table does not have any key for itself. So what we will do, first we will let's create a key over here. So I'll just insert, and I will name this as order underscore id. Nothing but what we are doing over here is we are creating a key for this table. These keys which are available are, these are reference to another table. We also called it as a foreign key. So for this we will just create a key. Nothing but what I will do, I will just add these two numbers and just, okay, one second. So I'll take it up, right? So just select these two tables, and here you can see a small square dot is available, black dot. So just take your cursor over here and double click. Okay, so just double click, it should work. Control Z. So what we will do first, we have to remove this table reference. Okay, I'll just select this, come here, go to here, and I will say show full screen. Okay, or you can say always show ribbon. Okay, now I will go here in table design. I will convert this to range. Nothing but I will remove the table which we have applied on this, right? So for you, don't apply any table. So I'll just insert, and I will name this as order underscore id. Okay, and now one, two, three. Okay, let's see if it works now. Yeah, it works, right? So I just double clicked over here, and at the very bottom you can see this the number of records, or this is nothing but it is a unique number which we are giving to each and every field, or we can say each and every row a unique number is giving. So for this table, order id will work as a foreign, we can say primary key, and all these are as a foreign key which will be reference to another table. And now if I press Ctrl T and OK, And now you can see these are it is converted to a proper table now, right? So I'll just close this now. We will see our other tables. Okay, so this was the fact table, and now we will see the dimension table. So this is a date table which we have. So if I show you, so you can see this is the date table. If you see, the total records are 244 records. If you neglect the header, it will be 243. And here you can see we have the data for 2025 from January to August. Okay, so this is the historical data that we are analyzing. Okay, so each you can see date ID. You can see here date ID is there, and as I told, fact table also have date ID, which will be a common column, so which will be used to connect. So each id on the dimension table of dim date, nothing but dimension date table. Here you can see date id is unique on each and every row, right? So you can see each and every row will have a unique value. So for this table it is a primary key, but same date id in fact table, it will be treated there as a foreign key. So they will be connected to each other, this table with fact table with one to many relationship. Okay, so this is about date. Then I will show you the dish. Okay, so what are the dish ordered? So I'll press Control T. I will convert it into a table. Okay, and I will show you. So here you can see first we have dish ID. So this will also have an unique value on each and every row, right? So which will act as a primary key for this table. But dish ID, as I told, is also available inside the fact table, fact orders table, which will work there as a prime foreign key and here as a primary key, right? So this will also hold which category or the food is been ordered, right? From Swiggy data, what is the category of the food order, and we can see here there are different dish names, right? Here you can say kesar bhat, or we can say mixed rice and everything, right? So these are the food which are been ordered over here, right? Next we have location table, right? So this is the locations table. Here again there is a location id is available. Again, each and every row will have a unique number, so here it will work as a primary key. But the location id is again available in the facts table, facts orders table. There it will act as a foreign key, okay, which will be used to connect with one to many relationship. So we have state information, from which state the order has been placed, and we have city information, okay, from which city it has been placed, and inside that city also from which location it has been placed, right? So this will give us an information of every city, or we can say location, from where the orders have been placed. Okay, then we have a restaurant table. Okay, so this is giving us the information of all the restaurants available, from which which restaurants are listed under Swiggy as an app. Okay, and from which the foods will be ordered, different dishes from different locations will be ordered, right? So again, restaurant ID is a primary key over here, which will have unique value on each and every row. Then we have restaurant name, okay, from which the food will be ordered, right? So this is the few information that we have over here. Okay, so I will close this now. I will close all the tables. So these tables will be available for you to download from the description box. Okay, now the very important thing, that how can you have the Fabric account? So as I told you, after this I will tell you an entire process which will be completely free, very user friendly, but it will be a quite long process. But once you do it, you can use the Fabric account for not only for this project but for other projects also, right? So set up that account as I tell you in this video, and with the same thing I will be also creating the same project in the same way. Okay, and you can follow the steps along me, right? So just go ahead, first install, or have everything as a Fabric with you, or whatever subscription, what capacity you need. Okay, or what create a new user. Okay, just remember while doing this, um, whatever passwords you will be entering, whatever IDs you will be creating, keep somewhere saved, because in future those will be used again and again. Also have your cell phone with you, because you might have to install an authenticator app in that, which whenever you are using any Microsoft services, it is required, so that it is a two-factor authorization, so that your data is saved, your login passwords will be saved. Okay, so now I will tell you the process of having a Fabric account for you. Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will give you a preview of my entire Power BI video course, which is from basic to advanced. where you will learn everything, and it is for everyone. If you are a fresher, if you are working in an industry, if you have a knowledge of different domain, and if you want to switch to Power BI, then this is a course which is taught from basic to advanced. Okay, everything is covered in this particular course. Okay, and if you are interested in this course, the link is available in the description box. Everything is available over there. Okay, so you can see this is a preview of the course which I will give you. I will show you entire syllabus which is available in this entire course. Okay, and everything that is been taught in this entire video. Okay, or entire complete video course. And with this video course, I have included DAX as well, from basic to advanced, Power BI service also, who do not touch, or I mean, many of the creators do not touch because they do not have experience in Power BI service. So I have created this course based on a industry standard, right? So whenever you will be working, the same things you will be working on in whenever you will be working on real-time projects. And if you're doing this complete course, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to clear the interviews and do the projects as in real time, right? As well as this project or this course entirely include where I will be provide you different interview questions, right? Interview questions will be provided to you, scenario based, level 1, level 2, level 3, everything is there, right? Scenario based interview questions video also I will provide you in this, all right? Also, this includes DAX, Power BI service, data cleaning, data modeling, everything. So I will just show you. So you can see this will be the course where you will be doing, or you will be learning everything. This is the preview of the course. Okay, and when I click on this, you'll be able to watch it on TopMate itself, right? And there are different options available to change the quality also. Okay, and the first model which I've taught here is data import. Okay, from Excel file, from CSV file, from different folders. Then what is mean by import query, and or direct query? So the difference between that, which is very important. Then what are the different types of data types, and what are the different field categories available, right? How the summarization work in Power BI, how we can change the aggregations as well, which is normally used in Power BI for different projects. Then what are the different file formats, right? The PBIX, PBIT, PBIDS, all this will be also taught to you. Then what are the different hierarchies, how to create hierarchies, and based on hierarchies, how to use drill up and drill downs, right? Then different charts, you can see 3 hours of video, more than 3 hours I have spent on chart. So you can see all levels of like 29 charts are being taught. Everything which is available in Power BI, advanced charts, custom charts, everything is being taught, right? Then how to use sorting, column level sort, visual level sorts, right? Then filters are also available, visual level filter, page level filter, report filter, right? You can see top end filter, date filters, everything is been taught, right? Then apart from filters, slicers are also available, right? Dimension, measure, date, button slicers, list slicer, everything is been taught over here. Also, you can see group and bins, which is very important, and most of the people do not learn it, but it is very, very important how to create groups, how to create bins, right? Then how to create parameters also, right? Field parameters. What if analysis is nothing but numerical parameters? How to create them, how to use them, everything is been taught. And this is with an example. You can say field parameter. I will teach you this with an example, right? Then 1 hour of data cleaning video, right? So you can see 13 videos are there in data cleaning, how to clean the data, and this you will see completely by using Power Query, right? We will be actually doing some hands-on on this with Power Query, right? Everything related to data modeling, also more than 1 hour of video for data modeling. What is a date table? What is a calendar table? Then how to arrange different tables, what is fact and dimensions, how to identify them, and what is star schema, snowflake schema, cardinalities in Power BI, active inactive relationships. And we will also create a brand new data model with real time data, right? Here you can see in this video we will be actually creating a brand new data model, right? And so here also we will be actually creating two data models. You can see multiple, like 6 to 7 tables will be there, on which we will be actually creating a data model. Okay, then we will look for DAX, right? So introduction to DAX is there, right? What is calculated measure, what is calculated column, calculate function, then aggregate functions. You can see 11 types of aggregate function with examples, with concepts, all the syntax, everything will be taught. Then after that, the most important are logical functions will be taught, right? Everything from basic to advanced. Very important date and time functions like year, date, edate, date, div, date value, weekday, week num, today, now, everything will be taught, right? And this is the most important, that is time intelligence, because most of the time you will be working on this only, right? We will see how to use calendar auto, how to create date table, then date add, dates ytd, dates period, same period last year, previous day, previous month, next day, next month, start of the month, start of the quarter, the most important, that is total mtd, total ytd, right? So year to date relations, whatever or calculations are there, we will see everything in this, right? Then filter functions, that is all selected, all except, remove filter, lookup value, rank, row number, first and last, that also we will see. Then in DAX, you'll also see text functions, right? So you can see concatenate, exact, find, and many more are available. And in this, I will be adding more functions like user relationship functions. And I will be continuously updating this module. So if you once purchase it, you don't have to purchase it again and again. It will be available for you, and you just have to cross check or see in every month or every 15 days what new things I'm adding over here, right? Then there are some visual calculations which was newly added in Power BI, right? Then here is Power BI service, how to publish your report, what is service architecture, what are different roles on Power BI service, then what is a semantic model, what is a gateway, how to schedule a refresh, what is a row level security in Power BI service, right? How to publish to web, everything we will see. Then few AI modules also, AI images also, or AI charts also in Power BI, how to use them. So AI will be also taught for you in this, right? Then at the end, I will be creating two advanced level projects, right? Uber analysis and meta ad analysis, right? So this I will be also taught to you. Then at the end, you can see some important notes also I will be providing to you, right? You can actually download this. Okay, this is a complete syllabus. Okay, then you will also get some interview questions also. You can see interview questions. These from here you can see at the bottom, you can actually download all of these interview questions. You can use them, save it in your PC, save it in your mobile phone, so whenever you have time you can download it. And then Power BI complete material also. So this is the drive link on which you have to go. So I'll just copy this, and if I paste it over here, you can actually download the Power BI projects. Power BI material is available, all the notes, DAX notes are there, data modeling, data warehouse, interview questions are also there. You can see real time Power BI scenario questions. Okay. Also, you can see level 1, level 2, basic, freshers, advanced levels. So many interview questions you will be seeing over here, right? So this is how the Power BI complete course is there. Along with it, okay, I have also created a 21 Power BI projects complete course. In this, you will be actually seeing a video course on different domains of projects, right? So you can see these are the different domains of projects which I have created. All of them are having video. More than 48 hours of content is there, where you will be provided with data also. You can see at the bottom, you can actually download this data, you can actually use this for your project. You can do whatever I am doing in real time. So these are the projects from start to it, and these are advanced level projects, right? So you can actually see what projects are available, right? And if you want to see this, actually you can see, if I go back, you can see this is my site, right? So where you can see there is a Power BI complete course which is of 30 hours. I will update this. I have added more modules in this, right? And here is a complete package in which you will get Power BI complete course plus DAX, which is already available in this, plus 21 power projects. You can see I will update this because I have added one more project. Okay. And if I click on this, right, so you can see there will be a description which will help you to understand what is available. And you can see there is an option available to download a detailed syllabus. If I click on this, you can see a detailed syllabus is available with module wise, which I just demoed you for Power BI course, everything, right? Whatever is taught for you, whatever will be available in the course, right? And at the end, you can see the projects will also there. Why to take this course? And this entire course is taught by me, designed by me. Okay. And if you are looking for specific or individual projects, right? You can also take individual, sorry, not project, individual course. So this is only Power BI complete course. This is a package where you will get complete course plus packs plus 21 Power BI project plus Power BI study material as well, all interview questions which are there. If you want to just purchase Power BI DAX course, which is related or very specific to DAX, then you can take this also. And if you just want to purchase Power BI projects, and then you can take this. So it is customizable. If you want to take as a package, it will be there will be 700 rupees off on this, because it will be only for 2000. And if you take individual, it will cost you some more money, right? So in this way, this will be very helpful for you into a complete package, but depends on you. Whatever you want, you can go with that, right? And as I told, this will be a complete video course. You can see the syllabus also over here. And as I told, if you are looking for any other materials, there are multiple materials available over here. You can go through that, whichever you like. You can go ahead. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me. My email and my WhatsApp number are available in the description of this video. You can just reach out to me. You can ask your questions, you can ask your doubts, and we can talk. And if you are satisfied, you can go ahead with the course. Hey guys, in this video we will see how to create a Azure account. Okay, and after that, once you create an Azure account, that is free Azure account, after that you can use it for a Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so you can access Microsoft Fabric and actually work on it. So if you see here, you have to write Azure free account, and after that you can see it is saying that Azure, create your Azure free account or pay as you go. Nothing but initially you will have to add your credit card or debit card details, whether it is Visa or Rupee card. I don't know. We can see going forward. But remember, it will be free for 30 days maybe, and you can practice whatever all the things you have. After that, you can change your Gmail ID, and again you can add this, right? So at the end of 30 days, it will ask you if you want the premium subscription or not. If you select no, then it will not charge you anything on your credit card. So don't worry about it. Without asking you, it will not charge anything. All right. So you have to type in Google nothing but Azure free account. Okay. After that, I will just click on this page, right? And then here you can see, once you click on this, you can see you have to click on try Azure for free. So just click on that. And here also you can see pay as you go, nothing but as once your free, free days are been gone, after that only you will have to pay, and it will ask you, right? So now it is saying that sign in Microsoft account. So if you don't have any account, then you will have to create that account first, right? So you have to create the Microsoft account first with your Gmail. Also, you can create it for free, and then you can use it over here. So I will tell you first how to create that, and then you can use it. All right. So I'll just click on sign in with different account. I will say click different account. Okay. And if I add my options over here, that is my mail ID, I will just add, and let me see what what does it tell us. So I will say that Sopnajit55 at gmail.com, and when I click next, you can see it is not having, or this is not been registered to a Microsoft account. So for that, what I will say, or it is saying try another or get a new Microsoft account. So I will just click on get a new Microsoft account. Okay. So you can actually get a new Microsoft account, and I will just click on next then. uh, okay. And then for the same email ID, it will, okay, the same email which we have, it will send you an code for you to add. So just see what code you have got. Okay, so you can see this is my code. I will just copy this, right? And I will paste it over here. So it will verify. Then you will have to add your date of birth. So for me, I will just add something over here. Okay, so I'll add, let's say 2 August, and I will add it as, let's say, 1991. Okay, and I'll just click on next. Then it is asking your first name, so let's say Swapnajit S. Okay, and then click on next, right? And it is saying that let's prove if you are a human, nothing but press and hold. So I'll just click press and hold over here. And so these are just the steps first to create the Microsoft account. If you don't have, if you have it, it will not ask you this, right? So it will create an Microsoft account now. Okay, then it will ask you to choose your passkey. You cannot skip this. Okay, So just click on this, okay, and I will just turn on my Bluetooth. All right. So just do whatever steps this is asking, and then now for this step, what you have to do, you have to open your Chrome. You can open your Google or your Chrome, and in Chrome you have an option to scan this. Okay, so just scan this. Okay, so I'll just scan it for. Okay, so I'll just open my camera. I will just scan this, and you have to just click on your mobile. When you scan this, it will ask you use passkey. Just click on use passkey, and then you have to just continue on it. So once it is done, you can see my device is now connected. All right, and so on at your mobile phone, whatever you have to do, you have to do all those things. So once you do everything and scan it, so once the passkey is created, then you can use your face fingerprint or just pin to sign in into your account. So I'll just click on OK, and now you can see my account has been created. So you can see this has been created, and now you have to fill up all the information over here, right? So for what do you need this Azure account? So I'll just click on personal use, then region will be India, my name, okay, your email ID, phone number, you can type anything. Okay, I will just type anything, right? So let's say this is my phone number, maybe 10 digits, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, I will just add 10 digit number. Okay, you can add any company name. I will write ABC or XYZ, whatever you want to add. Okay, if you don't want to give your original information. And here you can see this is also important, right? So it is asking that USD 200 credit. Okay, so 200 credit you will get in your first 30 days for Azure account, which you can use, and we will be using that credit to get some subscriptions and some services. Okay, and as I told, it will be for first 30 days, it is free. If you have your organizational account, or if you have your Microsoft account, right, if you have a 365 Microsoft account, then you will get it instead of 30, you will get it for 60 days, right? And you will get 200 credit also, right? And free monthly amounts, 20 plus popular services for 12 months, free monthly amounts. I mean, if you are spending after that, then it will ask you, or you will get those subscription services, right? So add everything over here. It is saying verification completed, then click on next. Okay, then it is asking you to enter your address. Okay, so I will add my address, and I will hide this. Okay, so I will just add address, let's say Pune. First, I'll say Wakad. Okay. Then I will say Pune, and this is optional. So city is Pune. State, I will search as, let's say, Maharashtra. You can add any address, whichever you want, and pin code I will add. Okay. Then I understand, that Microsoft may contact me about my free account. Okay, fine. And just check this box and just click next. Okay. Then so it will take some time to process. Okay, so it will just verify all your information whatever you have. So just be patient, and so all your once verification will be done, then you will get to the step third. Right now we are at step two. Okay guys, so once you are at step 3, here it will ask you to add your all the card information. Okay, so add everything, all the card information. So these are the two cards that can be accepted. One is Visa, and I think so this will be a MasterCard, and this is important. You won't be charged unless you move to pay as you go pricing, right? So if you see, it will not charge for you unless it says like until and unless you ask to charge that, right? So it will not charge you, right? So first 30 days is free. As I told, you can use it for first 30 days, and maybe for initial subscription or to verify things, it will may charge you a temporary $1 to just verify your card if it is accepting the payments or not, the prepaid payments. And after that, it will you will get that $1 back again, right? So you have to do this. Without this, you cannot do. If you have 365 account at in I mean for yourself already, then you don't have to go with this. You can directly use apps.fabric.com, and you can directly log in, and you can use that account. But for those who don't have, you have to go through these steps, right? So I add all this information. So I will add, and I will skip this because I don't want to show my card details. All right. All right, guys. So I hope you have entered all the details, all the card details, and once you have added all the card details, it might have asked you to pay 2 rupees. I have done the same. I have paid 2 rupees. So and then it is giving you an here that a message that you won't be charged unless you move to pay as you go pricing, right? So now then you have to just click on sign up. Then it is asking that protect your account, right? Multi-factor authentication might be there, so just do that. Just click on next. All right, and once you click on next, it will take some time and it will create an Microsoft Azure account for you, right? So here you can see you are signed up. You can see the URL has been changed to Azure, right? So now it is saying that it is creating an account for us. So confirming your information takes some time. Microsoft takes some time and then it will redirect to you, right? So now this is my email ID, right? So this is my 365 account, but for you, I have just shown you that how you can do by using Gmail also. So I'll just click on this, okay? And then it will take you to the Azure portal, right? So this is then Azure portal. Okay, then I will just click on continue, and here you are. So your Azure account has been created. So you can see $200 dollars in credits are there, and expiry is in 30 days, right? Here you can see this is your all the information, right? Nothing but um, this is swapnajit55 at gmail.com. Whatever you have your Microsoft account, if you want to check, you can actually check your Microsoft account also from here, right? So let's click on OK. Okay, so it's taking time to load, and this is your actually Microsoft account. Okay, so everything is here. The payment options are already available over here, right? So no past payments are been done, right? Nothing has been done. Just if you check your order history, you can check all the information there. I won't show mine, but as I told you, this is all for 30 days, right? So once you come here, and now we will go ahead and see how you can pick the Microsoft Fabric subscription and then move ahead and actually start using it. Okay. Okay, so now once you are at home page, now we will try to create our Microsoft Fabric account. Okay, so for that you have to follow some steps over here. So you have to go here in home page. So just come to the home page, and here in the search bar you have to write user. Okay, so just search for user, and here you can see first option is there. Just click on users. Okay, so here you can see this is an auto created user. Okay, once with an extension of on Microsoft.com. Okay, so based on that, here also we have to create one more user. Okay, we will create one user, and that user will actually be using or creating an login for us, an ID for us with an password, which we can use to log in to Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so I'll just click on new user. Okay, so I'll just click on new user for on which we can actually create some capacity. Okay, so I will just name a user over here. So I'll just say Swapnajit Fabric. Okay, you can use anything whatever you want. Okay, and this will be an automatic extension for this, right? So at the rate, this will be an automatic extension. For me it is automatic extension, for you it will be anything, right? So this is my nickname. I want display name also same. I will just name it as Swapnajit Fabric itself, same thing. Okay, so this is a password which is auto created. I don't want it to be auto created, and I will name it as, let's say I want to add my password over here. Okay, so you can add anything, you can add your own password, but remember you have to be very careful when you add the password, because going forward it will be used for you. Okay, and then I will just click on review plus create. Okay, and I will just click on create. All right, so you can see a user has been successfully created. Okay, so here you cannot see it, so I will just click on refresh button over here. So you can see a new user has been created over here. Here you can see Swapnajit Fabric. So now this user we will actually use to log in and to Microsoft Fabric, and we will try to create a capacity. Capacity is nothing but based on few capacities you can actually use the Fabric operations and all whatever tools and technologies are there under Fabric. Okay, so you have created a user. Now this user, this email ID is actually going to be used to log into your Microsoft Fabric account. All right, so now we will see how to do that as well. But before that, you will also have to create one subscription for Azure, which you can create a capacity on, right? All right, guys. So after creating a user, you have already created a user. I have just clicked on home button, so I am on this page. So after creating a user, now you have to add a subscription, nothing but you have to add a contributor role to that user so that he can use the Microsoft Fabric. So for that, what you have to do, you have to write or click on subscription, just search for subscription over here. Then you have to click on the subscription button. Okay, and once you are there, you can see an Azure subscription one is available over here. So just click, so make sure that active status is active, then click on Azure subscription over here, right? So we will try to give the subscription role. So whatever steps I'm following, do the same. Okay, so once you are at Azure subscription one, just click on Azure control. Okay, IAM. Okay, so it will take some time to open, and here you can see you have to assign a role. Okay, so I'll just go in roles over here. So just go in roles. Okay, so if you check the access over here, and if you go to role assignments, right now you can see no role assignment is there, right? So first go in role assignments, no role has been assigned, so I will just click on add, and I will just add role assignment. So first click on role assignment. Okay, we will add a role. Okay, it will take some time to open. So here you can see we have to give a role, and we have to give a contributor role. So just find a contributor role over here. Okay, or first you can just go to members or just find the contributor. So I'll just find the contributor role. Okay, where is it? Okay, so you don't have to go in job functions role, you have to go in privileged administration role. So just go in privileged administration role, not here. So just go in privileged administration role, and here you can see contributor. So just click on this, you can see it will be grayed out, it will be actually selected. Then go to members. Okay, so it can see contributor has been selected. You have to add a member over here. So just click on add member. You have to add a new member. We created Swapnajit Fabric for me. You can create any name. Okay, you it may be your user. So I'll just click on this. You can see it has been selected, and then I will just click on select. You can see Swapnajit Fabric has been selected over here, and now I will just click on review plus assign, and again click on review plus assign. Okay, so it is adding a role for me, the role assignment as a contributor. Okay, so it will take some time, and you can see the role assignment has been done, and here you can see a contributor role, a new role has been added, which is a contributor role. All right, so you can see once we have added our role, you can see the role assignments, the contributor is added. Now we have to activate our Microsoft Fabric. So for that, in this page itself, you have to go in settings over here, go in settings. Okay, and here you can see there is an option called resource providers. So just click on resource providers. Okay, and here it will take some time to load all the resources, and here I will just search for Fabric. Okay, and once you search for Fabric, here you can see it is not registered yet. So just click on this. Okay, just select this, and you will just have to click on registered. Okay, so just click on register. You can see it will take some time to register the resource provider, and once it is registered, here you will get a green tick mark. Okay, so it is taking some more time. Okay, so let's wait, and I'll just click on refresh. So it is saying that it is still registering. Okay, so it will take some time for registering, so let's wait. So I'll just click on refresh again. So once I clicked on refresh again, now you can see I am getting a green tick mark, and it is saying that it has been registered. So now what you have to do, you have to log in with the account and the role which we have added to a new user. And with that user, now we have to log in again to our Microsoft Azure. Okay. So this user which you have created, with that now you have to log in. Okay. Okay, guys. So now once we have registered, I will go to users again from here. So I will just go to users, and now you can see this is the user. And now using this user, now we will try to log into our Azure portal again. Okay. So what I will do, I will just click on Azure. Okay, so I'll just click on here the login, that is Azure portal. You can see this is the Azure portal login, and now I will use another account. Don't use the previous account which we used. Now we'll use the other another account. Okay, and here you can see the account which we created, that is Microsoft Fabric account which we created. We will use that. That is the new user which we created, right? So I hope you remember the password of that. So I'll just copy this from here, will paste it. Okay, and I'll just click on next. Okay, then I will have to enter the password which you entered while creating the account. Okay, so I'll just add that password. Okay, I'll just click on sign in. I'll just click on never, and then it will ask you to change your password. So I'll just add the current password again, and I will add the new password. Okay, and I'll just click on sign in. So it is a long process, but once you do it, you can actually use Microsoft Fabric. Okay, I will just click on never. Then it will ask you to secure your account by using Authenticator app. So this is one more step you have to do it. You cannot run away from it. It is a lengthy process, but it is very easy. So you can see I will have to register for an authentication app. So I'll just click on that, and I will just add account again. What's wrong? I don't know. I will just paste it. I will just click on next. I will add the password. Just click on sign in. Okay. Yes. And I will have to install the Authenticator app. Okay. So just install the Microsoft Authenticator app, and I will just click on next. I'll just click on next. Okay. So once you have installed the Authenticator app, you have to scan this code in that. Okay, so I'll just first open the Authenticator app in my mobile phone. So you have to do this, guys. So I'll just first open the Authenticator app, and from that Authenticator app, what you have to do actually, you have to scan this code. So I'll just open my Authenticator app. 1 second. Okay, and now I will scan this. So I'll just scan this. Okay, so on this, what I will do on my Authenticator app, if you already have it, I will just click on plus on the Authenticator app. I will just click on personal account. Okay, so I have added the scan the QR code, and I will just click on next now. So you can see it is giving me the code, the same code. You have to type it in your mobile, and you have to just say yes. Okay, so the mobile phone, wherever you are using that code. Okay, so just type the same code, and I will just click on OK, and it will say approved. And you can say authentication is added. I will just click on done. Okay, so it took some time for me to add because I have 2 3 accounts, but for you it will be very easy. So now you can see with the same email address, that is the new user which we added, we have created Azure portal. Now we are on Azure portal again, and now we will do the next process. Alright guys, so now once you are on this page with the new user email ID which you created, so few more steps you have to follow to create an capacity for Fabric which you can log in with. So I'll just search here for Fabric. Okay, so search here for Fabric, and I'll just click on Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so once you do, you have to create a new capacity here. So I'll just click on plus. So you can see create Fabric capacity. The subscription is Azure subscription one which we had, and I will just create a new resource group. Okay, I'll just name it as, let's say, Fabric new. Okay, whatever you want, you can add. I'll just click on this, and then you will have to enter the name of the capacity. So let's say test Fabric. I will just give the capacity name as test Fabric, and I will just you can see the name it has been taken, and I will just click on try again. So you can see it is not able to identify the location. So for that, what you have to do, you have to sign up for Fabric, Microsoft Fabric. So I'll just click on sign up for Microsoft Fabric, and you will have to use the same account, right? The Swapnajit Fabric which you created after taking the subscription initially. So I'll just click on that. Okay, Then it will be logging in, and it is asking me the email. So use the same email. You can see the same email is available over here. So use that same email. I'll just click on next, and it will take some time for us to create an account. So you can say verification completed. Then I will just click on sign in, and it is asking me for region. So I'll just add the region quickly. Search for India. Job title, I can say student. Okay. And phone number, you can add anything. Okay. And I'll just click on this, and I'll just click on get started. So it will take some time to confirm all the details again to have the, and now you can see your username is this. So I'll just click on get started, and once you do, you can see, I'll just click on get started again. And now here you can see app.fabric.microsoft.com, a new thing has been created automatically over here. Okay, so here you can see for premium users and all those things, it is asking you to buy and all those things. So just close this. Okay, and here if you click here, now here you can see this is your Fabric account. Your tenant is nothing but the swapnajit.com, gmail.com is your tenant which we created first. Okay, tenant is default directory, right? So your license account is free. Okay, everything you will ask you to buy over here, don't do anything. Okay, so free trial also you can do. If you just click on free trial, you can just activate the free trial, which is the Fabric capacity trial. Okay, and you can use this for Power BI. Okay, so I'll just click on activate. Okay, so activate free trial, you have just started the free trial, and I will just click on got it. Okay, so you can see we have activated our free trial. I will go back to our the capacity page over here. Okay, and now you can see I'll just click again test Fabric, and I will just try again. So you can see now it has been taking the Asia Pacific, the name which we now, and I will just change this size. Okay, so you can see this is very important, the capacity size. You can see based on that there are charges. I'll just select F2 because it is $292. And remember that we have to use this because we have just got credit of $200. So remember, I will just select this first for now, that whenever you are going to do this, okay, remember that if you go over the $200, you will be charged for that, right? So make sure you pause your account whenever work is done. So later after that, don't come to me that I followed your steps and it has been charging me extra money, right? So you have to pause the account whenever you are done with. Save the link which going forward will come to you, and just pause the everything accounts, because if it is paused then only it will be good for you. If not, then it will keep charging you and you will lose a lot of money because this is very costly. Okay, so this is just for trial users. Those who are having 365 account, they don't have to follow these tips. They directly can use it. But make sure you pause when you are using a free account. Okay. Okay. So now next I will just click on review plus create. Okay. And so you can see it is going to charge us $292. So this is very important. Okay. So just read all the terms and conditions. Okay. So I'm just telling you how you can do it. But remember, you have to pause the account. So I'll just click on create. Okay, and so it is creating our Microsoft Fabric account. And here you can see actually here there will be some options where you can actually stop the Fabric and replay the Fabric and all those. So just it will take some time. So you can see it is still taking some time to process, so just let's wait. And it has been created, right? So you can see your deployment has been done. Okay, and you can see your test Fabric account has been now operatable, right? So just save this link entirely. Okay, just save it as a bookmark. I will just bookmark it, my Microsoft Fabric account. Okay, new. Okay, so and just click on done. Okay, so it is, I have saved this. Saved, you also, you should also save it. Okay. Okay, so now once you are on your home page, so now here you can see, once you go to home, here you can actually create a new workspace. So if I say I will just create a test workspace, okay, add a name. So here you can see this is the Fabric capacity that we created, and this is one we created in Azure, and now you can use this. And whoever are using a 365 account or who have a Power BI account which you have paid to Microsoft, they will use Fabric trial. But those who have followed this process and created, they will use Fabric. Those who have, again, I will tell you, those who have 365 account just use Fabric trial. And those who are using Fabric already have the Fabric capacity which they have taken by the process which I just told you of the entire long process, then they can use this Fabric, right? And you just have to click on apply. Okay, so just click on apply. Once you do, you can see your text test, everything will be created, and from here you can create a different data warehouse, lake house. So if I click on lake house, so I'll just lake name, I will just create a lake house. Okay, and the location where you want in is in test workspace. Okay, I'll just click uncheck this lake house schema and I'll just create. Okay, so it will create a new lake house for me in this way, right? So, and the next things, as I told, I will follow with the tutorial going forward. Okay, which where we'll actually perform some tutorials and projects. Okay, so this is how you actually use this, but remember, uh pause this whenever work is done. Okay. All right, guys. So now we will start. I hope you have, created your Fabric account through Azure. And as I told, please keep an eye on how to, check and how to pause your subscriptions in between whenever you are not using. Otherwise, your whatever Azure credits you have got, they will be kept on using and they might go away from there, right? So just keep an eye on that. So once you are in Fabric, so you have to use an the login user which you created and the password which you created. Based on that, you have or you are on this landing page, right? So here you can see right now we are on home page. Here you can see this is a Fabric interface which we'll be using. Also, if you go over here, that is account manager, and if I click here, so this is the account which I created, right? The user which I created in Azure, portal for the Azure subscription, which from there, which we got the credits of $200, and based on that we have created this. So everything will be same for you, just the login information will be different for you, right? So here you can see tenant name. So tenant name, here you will see a default directory, but if you work in a real-time industry, your tenant name would be sometimes mainly your organization name, right? So the tenant, mostly one company will have one tenant, and under one tenant there will be multiple projects created, right? So if you are working for 7 clients, or your company is working for 7 clients, then those 7 clients will be coming under one tenant, right? So, and each tenant might have a separate workspace for it, right? So each tenant will work on different workspace. Or if you say, let's say your company is been working in different domains like sales domain, he's working in farm marketing domain, finance domain, right? Or project management domain. So all these domains will have their own different workspace under one single tenant. Okay, so all this entire thing that is in detailed tutorial I'm creating with all the concepts from basic, where you can learn Fabric from start to end, everything, which is a unified platform. I will explain you everything over there when I will create a complete tutorial. Here also you will be able to understand many things, but some things will be not touched because this is project related thing. Okay, so now this is the home page which you will see, and the left hand navigation, there are different spaces available over here. So there is a home button where here you will be able to create different workflows, workspaces. Here there are other different options which are mostly related to data science. Okay, because data science can be also used under Fabric. Okay, then you have workspace. Okay, nothing but here you will be creating a new workspace under which we are going to create our entire project. Okay, then there is one lake catalog is available over here. Okay, so one lake catalog is nothing but where when once you create different workspaces, all the items which you create under that workspace will be listed over here. Okay, and catalog is nothing but all the items will be available here, whatever all items which you will be creating. Okay, okay, then monitoring is available. Monitoring is nothing but the activities which you perform under different workspace, and when you create different data flows, data warehouses, lake houses. So all those activities are how they are performing at backend. how much capacity is Fabric using for them. Everything will be monitored over here. Then real time is available. So this is mostly a part of data science. Okay, nothing but where different advanced level real time analysis will be done, as well as at real time how your backend data pipelines are been working over here, right? Then we have workloads. So these, there are multiple options, but if I tell you right now everything, it will be somewhat hard for you to understand. So we will stick to our project. So just go to home over here. Then first what we have to do, we have to create a workspace for us. Under that workspace, we will have a one lake. Okay, so each workspace will have a one lake. Okay, under one lake we will be creating lake house, we will be creating data warehouse, SQL queries, SQL endpoints we will be using, TSQL we will be using. We will be creating different data pipelines, and under the same workspace we will be creating a semantic model for our Power BI report. And then after creating that, we will create our or build our report, and then we will publish to the workspace itself on the Fabric. Okay, so we will in terms of, I can say that one client will have one workspace, right? So under that only everything of will be performed for that client, and we can have different permissions also for that workspace, right? So as I told you, you are having a contributor role. So you will have access to everything, but in real time there will be some limitations to you while accessing the Fabric. All right. So now we are on home page. Now we have to create a workspace under which we will be performing our project. So here you can see a plus option is there to create a workspace. I'll just click on this workspace, and here you can write the name of your workspace. So what you have to give. So you can give any name. So I will just name it a Swiggy project, because we are creating a Swiggy project for us. Swiggy is the client for us. So I will say Swiggy project is my workspace. Okay. Then you can assign the domain also. It is optional. Description is also optional. Like any new user, if he is visiting, then you can apply over it. Then if you scroll down here, you can say this is important that Fabric capacity or free Fabric something will be there. For you it will be just Fabric, but those who are using 365 account to see this, they will see something else over here. So if I show you, they will be seeing here, if I create a new workspace and if I show you, so you can see they will be seeing a Fabric trial. But you are creating, if you guys are creating an account, as I told you, that is through a subscription, which I just demoed you in the last few minutes or half hour. You will be seeing Fabric, but those who are using 365 account, they will be, I mean, they already have the Microsoft subscription, they will see Fabric trial over there. So those are the options that you have to select. Okay, then don't touch anything. We are going to create a small model only. Because our capacity is F2, we are using the $292 capacity. It is very low capacity. So just click on apply. Okay, sometimes what you will get an message, error message that capacity is not there. So just go ahead, create new workspace and start again, right? So now once you create a workspace, you can see, you can view your workspace from your workspace. Here if you click here, you can see a new workspace has been created, and when you click on this, you can see you are in this workspace right now. Okay, so now this workspace is completely empty right now. What we have to do is we have to ingest our data, but for data ingestion or to store our data, we have to first create a lake house. Okay, so now first I will tell you what do you mean by lake house. Okay, so this is a very new word, lake and house, right? So this word is actually created from two different words, right? One is data lake and second is data warehouse, right? So data lake and data warehouse. So from data lake, lake has been taken, and from data warehouse, warehouse is taken, and in this way, lake house has been created. So now we will create a lake house. So first I will tell you why to create lake house. So Lakehouse is nothing but where we store our raw data, or we can say structured and unstructured, both the data we store over here, right? When I say structured and unstructured, because whenever you are grabbing some data from a few of the APIs, or if you are creating or you're having your data from digital platforms, So many times there the data is in unclean format. Sometimes some files may be uncleaned, some files may be cleaned. So it can store both the datas, clean and unclean data both, right? Whichever is uncleaned, we perform some data pipeline operations or data factory operations by using Azure portal or ADF, we can say Azure Data Factory, which is called, and we clean the data, right, by using ETL processes, right? So there's few of the tasks we will be doing here also of cleaning, but just keep in mind how we do it, right? Now, um, first what we will do, I will just create a lake house. So for creating, you have to just click on new item over here. Okay, and here I already see it, but if you are not able to see the lake house over here, just in filter you can type lake house over here. Okay, and here you can see it is used to store big data for cleaning, querying, reporting and sharing, right? Nothing but it is used to store large amount of data. How we can store, because data, as I told, lake is been taken from data lake, and it is actually created in combination of data lake plus data warehouse, right? So here you can see lake means data lake is used to store a huge amount of data, whereas house means nothing but data warehouse, right? Data warehouse is used to store structural data, whereas data lake is used to store unstructural data. So Lakehouse can store both structural as well as unstructural data, right? So that's the reason Lakehouse has been created. And this is the very first stage of our project. And in Fabric terminology, if you say, we called it as a bronze layer. Very important. We called it as a bronze layer, nothing but where raw data in unstructured format will be stored. Okay, most of the time unstructured is there. I told you that structural also will be stored, but most of the time unstructured, okay, where we have to clean the data. So when the data is at very raw level, okay, no cleaning is performed on that, then it is called as a bronze layer of the data. Okay, so now let's create a lake house. You can give any name, okay, and you can see location is nothing but Swiggy project, which is the where work, we can say the workspace which we created. So we can name the, I will just name it as Swiggy underscore LW, nothing but Lakehouse. I am creating a new Swiggy underscore Lakehouse. I will just uncheck this Lakehouse schema because it is used to manage different objects over here. So I will uncheck this and I will just create it. Okay. So it will create a Lakehouse for me now. It will take some time. Right. Now here you can see a lake house has been created. If you're not able to view this, you can again go in workspace. You can click on your workspace. Here you can see Swiggy underscore lakehouse. Your lakehouse is available. Just click on it. Okay, and at the top here you can say lakehouse has been created. It is Swiggy underscore lakehouse. A new tab has been opened over here. Okay, now here you can see under the lake house, here there are two sections are available. One is files and one is tables. So files is a folder where we store all our unstructured data, right? And after we do some cleaning in that, then we store it into tables, right? So remember, in files, any format or any extension of data can be stored. It may be .csv, .pdf, or any delimiter file is there, comma separated or hyphen separated, a dot separated, space separated, xlsx file, okay, or a pdf file, or it is been taken from any other sources, JSON file is there. Everything will be stored under files because it is a raw data. Uncleaned data will be stored in files, and when you clean it, okay, for temporary purpose, it will be stored in tables again, right? So files, it can store large amount of data, uncleaned data, whereas tables will store a cleaned and structured data inside it, and it only stores the data in the form of dot parquet format. Okay, dot parquet nothing but it is a delta table which will have all the acid properties. I will just search for dot parquet format. Okay, so you can see dot parquet file. So here you will get all the information of dot parquet file. Okay, so it is an open source column oriented data storage where nothing but each and every fields will be stored in the form of columns and rows, right? And if you search for it in Fabric, okay, So you can see this is an official document of .parquet. Okay. So nothing but you can see, you can read this entire thing, but in short, if I tell you, it will be a very structured table which we convert in .parquet, right? Which is nothing but it will be cleaned format. Okay, it will not take any spaces, any special characters in its I can say in its headers or in column names. Okay, also it will perform or have all the acid properties. Acid properties is nothing but, I will just show you acid properties. Okay, acid properties in table. Okay, in delta table I can say, we also call those as a delta table, nothing but it will have atomicity, it will have the consistency in the data, isolation in the data, and durability of the data. All right, so if any table which have the acid properties, it is considered as a most structured data, right? So these are the two sections which are auto created when we create a lake house. So as I told, files will be used to store an uncleaned unstructured data, where tables will be used to store all the cleaned data, and automatically the data will be converted to .parquet format. Okay, so now as we have the data in CSV file, we cannot directly upload it inside our tables, because tables will have a delta table, or it will only take the data in dot or the table in .parquet format. So initially what we will do, we will upload the all that raw data in our files section. So here you can see three dots are there, just click on that three dots, and here you can see upload is there. So you can upload one by one files, or you can upload the folder, but we have the data in multiple files, so directly we will first upload a complete folder, so all the files will be uploaded automatically. So I'll just click on upload folder. Okay, and here I will just browse the folder. So just click on that, search for the folder. You can see the data is available in my data folder. So first go ahead and download all the data which I just demoed you. Download all the data, it is available in the description box, store somewhere in the proper folder, and I will just click on upload. Okay, then it will ask you to upload, so just click on upload. And now you can see, then once it takes the path from here, now just go ahead and click on upload. So you can see all the files will be uploaded, and I will just click on close. Okay, so now you can see under data, if I click on data, if you don't see the data over here, you can see a small refresh button is there, just click on refresh. Okay, and then just click on data, and these are the different files which are been uploaded over here. So if I click on dim date, here you can see the data is right now in file view, nothing but it is in file view right now. Okay, nothing but inside the file. If you want to see it in table view also, you can see, nothing but when it is uploaded inside the table, how it will be seen. So if I click on table view, here you can see it will be seen in the table view, but here you can see first row is actually taken as header. Headers are not been populated, so here you can see setting is there, and you can choose it as first row as header. Okay, so likewise you can see how much data is being loaded inside that. You can see 243, all the records are being loaded, right? So you can check that also. All right, so in this way we load our data here. Okay, now what I will do, you can one by one check all the files. I'll just go to data again. You can go for dish. You can see dish right now it is comma separated. You can see comma separated files is there. If you want to see it in table view, here you can select the table view, and from here again the header are being selected as a row, but you have to say that first row as header, because this is the first row. So change it as a header. Header is nothing but as a heading of our columns, right? Similar way, you can see all other files. If I see the locations, you can see the location file also in the table view, right? And you can see first row as header, right? Likewise, if I go to data again, this is the restaurant table, right? I can see it in table view. So again, it is header is not been selected. I will see first row as header, right? Likewise, similar way, if I go to fact, okay, fact table. So if I see in the table view, you can see I'll change this first row as header. Okay, okay, so here you can see everything is there, right? So in this way, actually what happens is we are creating, or we have uploaded our data. So right now it is in files. Files is nothing but you can upload any dot extension file, any unclean, any format file, images, anything, URLs also you can upload, because it stores all the unclean and unstructured data. But now you have to, as I told, you have to move all these tables into tables section, right? So that it can be used for our analysis. Fabric will always use Parquet format only. If you want to move your table from Lakehouse to warehouse, then remember we will have to convert these tables into delta tables, right? Delta table is a terminology used in Fabric, okay, where it have a dot Parquet extension format, okay, and you can learn more about it. You can just search about it. I don't have that much amount of time to explain you, but remember it is the most structured file format or most structured table which don't have any anomalies in it, okay, right? So now how to move this data, right? So there are different ways to move. You can use data factory pipelines to move all the tables from files to table, okay, but most of the time data pipelines are used only when the data is very unstructured, so much of cleaning is required. But as I to just to tell you, the data which we have in .csv file, it is in structured format only, right? We don't have any flaws in our data, right? So you just have to move it from files to tables. How you can do it? It is very easy. Okay, so we will not follow any pipelines at this moment. We will need it going forward, but I will tell you first how to move it. So here you can see when you go into data, here you can see three dot is there, and here you can say load to tables. Nothing but this data or this table we are moving from load to tables to new table. Nothing but it will be now moved to this table section, that is in cleaned format. Data is already cleaned, so we are not performing any cleaning operation. So I'll just click on new table. So what will happen now? So what should be the name of the table when we move it in the table section? Actually you can give any name. Remember that use header for columns, right? So column header, it will automatically take first row, and the separator is comma, because CSV file is there. It is a comma separated value, so comma should be used. All right. And now what will happen when I hit load button? What will happen is there will be I can say at backend a Spark engine will work, right? Or we can say PySpark engine, which is there inside Fabric, which uses actually Azure, data pipelines, which will work automatically at backend, and it will convert this file .csv file into .parquet format, that is in delta table, and it will be cleanly storing everything into our tables. So just click on load. Okay, so here you can see it is converting everything. Okay, so it will take some time to load the data from files to table, okay, in the lake house. So as I told you, this is still in bronze level. So whenever you will be doing cleaning, then we are moving it to silver level. I think it is we are at bronze layer. Then when you are performing cleaning operation, it is called as a silver layer. And once everything is completed, once the files are ready, we called it as a gold layer. Okay. So now you can see the date table is been converted into a Parquet format or a proper format. So when I click on this, you can see it is actually taking date ID, and you can see order date, right? So first, you can check if every data, all the data is been populated correctly and everything. Okay. Here you can see a table view is available by default, and but now if you click on file view over here, it will actually give us the delta logs and all the metadata behind this data. And here you can see this table is now converted to .parquet format. Here you can see it is in .parquet format because the extension of this is .parquet. Right, when you click on this, okay, so you can see this is a .parquet file actually, right? So it is stored in .parquet format. Remember, okay. Similar way, if I go back to file view, there are some delta logs, so these are the logs which are in JSON file. It is not important for you right now. Okay, just remember. Okay, then I'll just go to back, right? And if I go to file view, this is the metadata of the data, right? So it will just load a few folder contents for you. It will take some time to load, but for now, don't focus on this. Just remember that your table is now converted into a .parquet format. So we converted one table. Similar way, we'll converted other tables also. So just click on three dot, and we'll just click on load to tables, create a new table, and have the same name for this. Check this and have this comma, just load it. So it will take some time to load the data, so you have to have patience while this process is done. Okay. So now let's wait. So now you can see it is successfully created. Okay, so you can see this is the dish table, right? So uh, just keep in mind when we are doing this operation. Similar way, if you go in file view, you can see the parquet format is also converted, right? So this is a dish table how you convert. Then we will go back to data over here. Now we will convert this also, and we will load it as a new table, and we'll just click on load. Okay. So in this way, again, it will take some time to load the data. Okay. All right. So you can see it has been loaded again. Similar way, we'll go back and we'll do it for restaurants also. So just click here, load to tables, new table, have the same name, check this, comma separated, load. Okay, so at backend, actually a Spark engine is working of Fabric, which is based on Azure. And in this way, we are creating a new table. Okay, we will do the same for fact table also. So load as a new table and click on load. Okay. And remember, you can see a triangle has been created with some rows and columns. So this is actually said that it is a delta table, right? Which is nothing but as a dot parquet format, right? So that is important. So the logo of that table, right? So you can see our fact table is also converted. So you can see this is the locations table, right? So this is the locations table. Similar way, you can see this is the restaurant table, okay? And this is the fact table. Okay, so this is our fact table with all the IDs which is have, right? Now what we have to do, we have to check if all the data when we are moving from files section to our table section inside our lake house, if the operation has been done correctly, if all the data has been brought correctly or not. So how to verify this? So to do that, we can do everything in this in SQL. And you don't have to go to SQL as a separate tool. Inside Fabric itself, we have Excel, right? So if you are at the lake house, now here you can see at the top here, you can see lake house is there. And when you click on this here, you can see an SQL analytics endpoint is created where you can query the data using SQL. So if I click on this SQL endpoint, okay, you can see it has been opened in Lakehouse's warehouse. We have not created any new warehouse yet. Inside Lakehouse, an SQL endpoint is there. In that only we are right now. Okay. So if you can click on Workspace again, and if I go to my project over here, here you can see when you create a Swiggy Lakehouse, an automatic SQL endpoint is created over here. Here you can see type is nothing but SQL endpoint. Automatically it is created. Okay. You don't have to create. It is automatically created, right? And now when I click on this SQL Lakehouse, again it is bringing me over here, right? And here you can see schema is there, and your queries, whichever shared queries, saved queries, whichever you have will be stored over here. And now if I click on DBO, so all these schemas are auto generated. You have not created yet anything. Okay. So if I click on DBO, you can see the tables are there, and inside the tables, you can see all your tables are available. The ones which we loaded as a table format. And here all your views are there. If you want to create any views using SQL, you can actually create here. Okay. Now what I will do, firing the query, we will check if all our data has been brought correctly. So if I will just click on new SQL query, and now I will use a query as select. Okay, so first we will check it for date table. So select star, that is nothing but give me all the data from dish dim.dish, nothing but dimension table. So just select this, and I will just, you can run it over here. So just run this. So it will execute the query for us. It will take some time. Okay. And now here you can see this is the dates which we all have, right? So actually it should be for date. So I'll just select date. I did it for dish. So just select date. So you can see these are all the dates, right? Now what I will do, I want to check count of everything. So if I check select count of star, okay, from dim underscore date, okay. And if I run this, okay, so if I run this, you can see the total records are 243. And if I go to our original data which we loaded, and if I see the date table over here, and if I see the count, if I select the row, it is 244, because it is considering the header also. If you minus 1, the header over here, it will be 243, which is the exact number which we have. So here you can see 243 is the exact number we have, which is correct. Okay. Okay. Now what we will do? Now we will check it for dish. Okay. So just select star from dim underscore dish. Okay. And if I run this, okay, so you can see these are the tables which has been populated, and here you can see only 10,000 rows. Okay, first 10,000 or limited 10,000 rows only we can see from here. Okay, now what I will do, I will just select count. Okay, so I will just copy the same query, and instead of this I want to see for dish. Okay, dish. If I run this, so you can see it is giving me 82891 records, and if I go back and see in our data, so you can see, and if I run this, you can see it is 82892. Okay, so if I delete one, so it will be 82891. Okay, the same number of records we are seeing over here, 82891. Okay, in case sometimes what happens is you will be not seeing the correct records over here, right? So sometimes you will see, sometimes you will inflated value will be there, deflated value will be there. So what to do that time? I will tell you. First, let's run all the query. So select, okay, start from dim underscore, let's say we will see for location. If I run this, okay, so you can see these are showing the random 10,000 rows for us, right? So this is dim dot location. And if you want to select the total count, if you want to see total count, so it should be from location. Okay, and if I run only this query, you have to select that part of the query to run it. So it is 995. And if I go back and if I check it for location, and if I see here it is 996, so delete one header row, so it will be 995, which is correct. Okay, all right. And now we will check it for, copy this, so select star from dim dot restaurant. All right, and I will just run this query. So you can see this is the data, and now we have to check its, okay, we will check its count also. So just run the count, it is 993. So let's see for restaurant, you can see it is 994. So if you delete one header, it will be 993, which is correct. Okay, now next, copy this again. Okay, and select star from fact dot orders. You will check it for a fact table. Okay, and if I run this, you can see these are the fact table for fact orders table. All right, next we will have to check the count. So if I run this now, you can see it is 197430. Let's check. And if I select this, if I select the entire column, so you can see 197431. Delete one, so it will be 197430 because header is there. So you can see exact value you are getting 197430. But some of you might have some discrepancies in this table. Okay, most of you will get, because when I was doing, I was trying, I was getting some discrepancies in dish table. So at that time, how actually you will be able to resolve this, right? So when our data is inside our lake house, so first check we did when we loaded from files to table, right? When we converted it into a parquet format, right? CSV to parquet format, which I told. But we have to do one more check when we load from Lakehouse to warehouse, because we have to bring the table in warehouse also. And in warehouse, from warehouse only we can create a semantic model. Okay, from here we cannot create it. So, and after that, that semantic model will be used in Power BI, right? So sometimes what will happen, that here itself you will get some discrepancies in the data, that some data is not showing or data is been not brought, inflated data will be there, more rows will be there, or we can say less number of rows will be there. At that time, how to handle this? So I will go to swiggy.lakehouse. Here you can say I will go back here. If you are not able to see it, you can go in workspace, again click here, and here you can see I will go in swiggy.lakehouse. In lakehouse, don't go in analytics, SQL analytics. go in Lakehouse. Here you can see you are in Lakehouse again. So what you have to do is, in that case, you can load the data, the same data also you can load by using pipelines. So I will tell you that also, how to load the data using pipeline. So for that, go in workspace, select your workspace, and you have to create a new item. So I'll just click on new item. Okay, and here search for pipeline. Okay, so here you can see pipeline. So it is used to ingest data at scale and schedule data workflows. Nothing but whenever you are creating a pipeline, Azure engine will work at the end, where data factory will be in the picture, which will be helping you to ingest data from one source to another source, right? So just create a pipeline. Okay, so just click on pipeline. I will tell you. So I'll create a pipeline where it is used to load data, okay, from files to table. Okay, so load data from files to table. I will just create it for one of the one of the table only. So I'll just create. It is not required, I'm telling you, but I'm giving you one another method. If while doing the previous procedure, if some of you are facing some issues, then only you have to do this, but I'm telling you, right? So once you click it, you can see a pipeline will be opened. And if I go to warehouse, and if I click here also you can see a new pipeline is loaded. Okay, and you can click here also and you will be brought to pipeline. Then you have to go in activities. Here you can create different activities. So, and if I go in activities, and here you have seen option, you can see I have to copy the data, copy data from files and store it into tables. So I'll just click on copy data activity. Okay, so you can see this is the data activity which has been created. Okay, so I will say copy data. I will say dim dish. We will use the dimension dish table to load. Okay, then you have to go in source. Source is nothing but from where you have to take the data, and destination is nothing but from where or to where we have to copy the data. First we have to select the source, grabbing the data from where we have to take the data. So select here. Okay, and then click on browse all. So you can see multiple options over here. Actually, the data can be taken from multiple sources. Here you can see, if you click on view all, these are the different data hubs from where you can copy the data from. But our data is already inside our one lake catalog. So here you have to click on one lake catalog. So just click on one lake catalog, and under one lake catalog you can see Swiggy where Lakehouse is there. So just click on that. Okay, and so you can see Swiggy Lakehouse has been selected, but our data is in stored in files. So select files here. Okay, then we have to choose file path over here, keep it as it is, and from here we will browse the which file we have to select. So just click on browse. Okay, and it will load the data for us. So just click on data, and now I will just use dish table. So just take the dish table and I will just click on OK. So you can see data is the folder which we took. So if I go here in Lakehouse, here you can see data is the folder, and in that dim dish table I have taken. I will go back to my pipeline. Over here at the top you can see three tabs are created, and here you can see data. This is the file which we are going to convert. File format, you have to check file format, because file format is CSV file, so nothing but delimited text. Here you can see delimited text is there. You have to, CSV file is also called as delimited text file. So just select delimited text, then go in settings. Over here you can see, you have to see what is the delimiter. You can see comma separator is the delimiter. We have to check that only. First row should be as header. Okay, and no other changes are required. Just click on OK. So this is our source. We have this file which we have to place in destination, nothing but where you have to paste it. So again I will browse over here, click on browse all. Okay, go back to our one lake. Okay, and in Swiggy warehouse only or Swiggy Lakehouse only we have to load that data. So I will just click on Swiggy Lakehouse again. Okay, so now we have chosen the destination under which Lakehouse we have to do. Then select tables, because we are grabbing it from files. Okay, under Lakehouse itself, you can say under Lakehouse itself, we are grabbing it files, and we are converting it into tables, that is .parquet format, right? So I will go back to destination. Okay, so here it should be a table. Select here table only. So we are not going to select any type of table from here. We will create a new table for us. So just create a new one. Okay. And I will name it as, let's say, dish, or we can say dim dish new. Okay. So name it as something new. Don't give the same name which we already converted at it as a dim dish. Give some new name. Okay. And I will just create on create. Okay. So you can say it is, you can see everything is there. Make sure in source it should be delimited text as I told. Okay. All other things are available over here. Next we have to validate. Okay. So first you were in home, then go to run page. Here we have to validate if whatever flow we have chosen, the pipeline properties which we have applied over here, those are correct. So just validate over here, and so you can see the pipeline is validated, no errors were found. Now we have to run this, so just run this. So it will ask that save and run, so just click on save and run. So at backend what's happening is it is saving and then running. So you can see this succeeded, it is my previous run. So for you, you will get, you will have to wait some time. So you can see the activity has been now started, and here you will get a row. You can see this queued, it is in queue, so it will take some time for loading data from files and then again converting it into a Parquet format and then loading again it into our tables section. So you can see you will get and succeeded over here. You can see it has been copied, and if you want to see an entire results of what has been done, you can click on this copy dish name. So just click on this, and here you can see we have the source was Lakehouse only and destination was Lakehouse. The same thing was Lakehouse only. You can see the size of the data was first 3.47, and then the data written again was, it was compressed actually, right? Rows were 82891. The same amount of rows were done. Same amount it has been taken and it has been took over there. The time it took was 14 seconds, right? So duration breakdown is also available over here, right? If you go to advanced, it was triggered manual because all of this process which I told you over here, it can be triggered automatically also if you set some time zones, or we can say at what time it should run and everything, so that you can have the latest data into your delta tables. Okay. So this is how you read how much time it took, and you can monitor it over here. All right. So now I will go back to our lake house. So just go back to our lake house. You can go from workspace also in our lake house. Okay. So now we are in lake house. So here that table we cannot see right now. So what you have to do, you have to click on this refresh button, and you can see a new table has been created, that is dim dish new, the one which we created by pipelines. So this is also way of doing it. You don't have to do, but just for practice if you want, you can do it, right? So you can see this is the table that we created. All right. And if you want, you can check its by querying it, you can check the data also. So you can just go to SQL endpoint from here, or you can click here and you can go to SQL endpoint from here, right? So you can see this is the table which we have loaded. So I will just copy this and I will paste it. And here you can see that table will be there. So you can see dim dish. If you don't see, you just have to click on this refresh button. Okay. And I will just now run the query for it. So if I run this and if I run here, okay, so you can see all the data is available. If you want to see the count of this also, you can see 82891 is the exact count which you get. Okay. So in this way you can from here you can take it over there, right? So that is by using pipeline activities. If you are getting some errors while doing this, you can actually go ahead and remove all the errors, or you can work on those errors by using the pipeline activity, right? Because if you do pipelines, most of the time we don't lose the data. You can do cleaning operation also, but this what we do, we directly converted from file section only into this section, right? If you see count of this also, the original one which we did, it is 82891. Same way it is also 82891, same count. Okay. But this is more cleaner. The pipeline activity which I showed is more cleaner, and it is recommended to do in that way, so that whenever new upload data will be there. But for pipelines we can actually set some timer that refresh it and we can bring the new data. So same thing you can do it for others also. What you have to do is you have to just copy this. If I copy this and I will paste it, a new activity will be created, and you can just change the different you can choose different file from here, whichever you want to work on. And at destination, okay, so if I check the file, you can take the new file from here. Okay. And I will just cancel it for now, and you can see, and destination you can add a new file whichever you want to paste. right? So for now, I will just close this activity. I will just delete it, select it and press delete button. Okay. So this is how you create ingest our data and then convert it into a proper data format. Now we have loaded all our data. We have converted it into a Parquet format, and then we have by using SQL we have validated also. So now to use it in Power BI, we have to first load our data in data warehouse, right? So data warehouse, or we can say only warehouse. I should not say data warehouse. So warehouse in Power BI or in Fabric is something that which stores only structural data inside it. Nothing but all the data which is stored here inside the files, you can actually move to warehouse because it is structured data. Files contain unstructured data, tables contain structured data. Because as I told, Lakehouse will store both unstructured and structured data, but warehouse will store only structured data. It cannot store unstructured data inside it. Only structured data, proper data with all the acid properties it can store, right? Cleaned data, I can say. And there also again, this will be moved by using again pipelines only. We will use to move it from here to there. So we will again be working with pipelines. And after creating those pipelines, once the data is loaded there, again we will fire some SQL queries. We will check our data. If there is anything wrong, we will try to alter the table over there itself or create a new table for us, right? So this is how you create it. And as I told, if you are facing some issues, if there is some data mismatch available when we do from here, that is upload to files, then you can follow the pipeline activity which I told. From there you will not face any issues, right? So this is how you load the data and you convert it into a .parquet format. I hope you have understood. Okay, so now once we have completed our lakehouse activities and one pipeline also I have showed you, now what we will do, we will move our data to warehouse. So first we have to create a warehouse. And as I told you, to create a semantic model, we have to create a warehouse, and in that we have to bring all our data. And we everybody know that warehouse comprises of schemas, and in that there will be different fact and dimension tables where we will create different schemas under that, like snowflake schema is there, star schemas are there, right? So first I will tell you how to create a a warehouse. So first I will go to workspace, and here I will go to Swiggy, the project which we have created. And now I will go to new item over here. Okay, and here you can search for warehouse. Okay, so sorry, search for warehouse, and here you can see this is the warehouse which provides strategic insights from multiple sources in your entire business, right? So it is used when we are dealing with Power BI. So I will just create a warehouse. Okay, and I will name it as, let's say, Swiggy underscore, I will say, data warehouse. Okay, so I'll just name it as Swiggy underscore data warehouse, and I will create it. Okay, so it will take some time to create. And here you can see this is our new warehouse which has been created. So when we create warehouse, few of the left hand panel side, few of the folder and some of the queries are already created over here for us. Not queries, I mean queries folder. So if we expand this here, you can see there are few schemas available over here. So these are and database object information schema and system schema. These are auto created over here. Okay, so if you see here, right now nothing is available in these schemas. They have just been created the structure of that. Security is nothing but you can provide some security or roles over on this warehouse for the specified schemas created. And here you can see queries is nothing but here you can save whatever queries you have written, so that in future you can use those queries, right? Or you can save it and you can see what queries are been written. So as I told, warehouse, here you can see the warehouse which we have created. It consists of a clean data always. We always store a clean data in here. And warehouse is actually used for strategic business insights, and business insights are been taken from Power BI. And why warehouse is required? Because it will help us to store the data. We can fire some SQL queries to our warehouse. We can clean the data. We can modify the data. We can create different views. Okay. We can also alter our tables if anything is wrong. Okay. And we can also create a semantic model, nothing but data source for our Power BI desktop. Okay. Or the reports which we are going to create. Now, what we will do, I will just go ahead and we have to now load the data inside our warehouse, right? So now to load the data inside our warehouse, as I told, we will have to use the pipeline again, right? The data pipelines we have to make use of. So for that, what I will do again, so as I told, we are going to load the data now. Okay. So first I will just, I will just show you, you can see new SQL query. So here SQL query will work for the data which we have over here. So we will say, let's select, I'm saying that select hello. Okay. So if I run this query, okay, if I run this, you can see it is working exactly same as the SQL we have. So here we write it in the TSQL format, or the language which will be used for SQL, or the database which we have is a TSQL database. Okay. And that database also you can open here. You can see you can either open in Visual Studio or you can open in SSMS, something, but our server, SQL Server Management Studio, which is an SQL Server database, or MS SQL database also we call it, right? So here everything is unified, as I told at the start also. Fabric is everything unified, everything at one place, right? So this is how helpful it is. Now what we have to do is we have to bring our data inside our warehouse. So to do that, what we will do first, I will just delete. We have to create a schema over here. So what I will do first, I will create a schema, and for that we can write a SQL query. So let's say I will write create, okay, and I will say schema. Okay, so this is schema spelling is wrong. So this is a function, or the syntax we write to create a schema inside our warehouse. We have to fire a SQL query only. So I will name it as, let's say, Swiggy underscore project. Okay, I will name the schema as Swiggy underscore project. I will select this and I will run this. Okay. So you can say it is running, and you can see a Swiggy underscore project schema has been created over here. If I expand this, you can see table is there, views are there. We can create views, we can create stored procedure, we can create functions also over here, right? You can say table value function, scalar value function. So right now what we have to do, if you expand tables, nothing is there under tables, and those tables which are there inside our lake house, you can see inside our lakehouse these tables are there. What we have to do is we have to bring those tables inside our data warehouse, right? Inside our Swiggy project schema which we have created, right? So to do that, what we will do now, we have to create a pipeline. So to create a pipeline, I will go in my workspace, select our workspace, and create a new item over here. And here we will select a pipeline. Okay, you can search for it, or if you see, you can just click here pipeline, and I will name it as pipeline underscore lakehouse to, I will say, data warehouse, that we are moving our data from lakehouse to data warehouse now. I will create it. Okay, so it will take some time to create, and now you can see this is a new pipeline that we are going to create here. First I will do, I will just click on activities, and here we will use a copy data activity. We have to copy the data from lakehouse to data warehouse. So I'll just click it. Okay. And now just take a note. I will just show you how we create it for one table. Okay. So I will say copy data. Okay. I will just keep it copy data. Let's say dim. Okay. I will just say for date table we will move, right? So copy data date table. So this is the name of this activity which we are performing. Now I will go to source. We have to identify from where we have to take the data, and destination is nothing but where we have to place the data. So we will pick it from Lakehouse. I'll just click on browse all. So you have to go in one lake catalog. So in one lake catalog, all your data has been placed. Okay. Or whatever schemas or Lakehouse, data warehouse, whatever you create, it will be under one lake. So you can see we have data in our Swiggy Lakehouse. So first click on Lakehouse. We have to take the data from there, and we know that data is now stored in tables, right? We can see it is stored under tables here, right? So same thing, we'll go to pipeline again over here, and here you can see it is stored in tables. It should be table, right? And if you click over here, you can see the tables. If you don't see, just click on this refresh button, you will able to see. So I will move the date table. Okay, now this is the table that we have to move, and I will create a destination where you have to move the data, copy the data. So I will click on browse all, then go to one catalog again. Okay, one link catalog, and here you will see now we have to move a destination is our data warehouse into the schema. So just click on data warehouse, right? And you can see it is saying that where you have to move it, right? Okay, so once we have selected our destination, that is Swiggy project, now what we will do, we have to enter where we want to move that destination or whatever destination we have. So we know that this is our Swiggy underscore data warehouse. If you see here in warehouse, we have created a schema Swiggy underscore project. The same in schema, we have to populate that table. So for that, what I will do, I will go to that pipeline. So name should be the same. So we will create at to create table. Okay. So we will create an automatic table. So nothing but it will just copy and it will be pasting it over there. So I will just name the project the schema name. Okay, so mention the same schema, don't make any spell mistake. And here I will say, let's say date table. I will name it as date table. You don't have to do anything. Now I will just click on validate first. First validate it, right? So you can see it is validated. And now I will just click on run and I will just click on save and run. So it will gather all the information and it will start. So this failed one, just ignore it. It will start the new one. Okay. So this is our previous run which was failed. Now so you can see it will start the queue over here and you can see it has been starting. It will take some time. So give it some for 30-40 seconds and it will, populate the data into our warehouse. Okay. So let's wait. Some if data is large, it takes more time, but our data is not very large. So maybe less than a minute it will take and it will give us the result. Okay. Here it is. Okay, you can see succeeded, and if you want to see the results, right here you can see it is source is Lakehouse. Okay, then it is using an Azure data storage. We called it as ADLS generation 2. Okay, nothing but as a medium to transfer the data from Lakehouse to warehouse, right? And the data size, if you see over here, it is 6.5 KB. It is reduced over here, right? So you can see 243 rows are there. All the rows were transferred to warehouse, right? Here you can see how much time it took. You can say you can say 13 seconds of time. You can say 14 seconds at, I mean, staging duration, nothing but this ADLS generation 2, that is Azure Data Lake Storage. It is actually taking 14 seconds. 13 seconds it took destination. It took for 14 seconds and all the things are available over here, right? So this is how you can transfer. And if you go back to now data warehouse, okay, and if you see over here inside our tables, right now nothing is there. So if I refresh this, okay, if I refresh, and now you will be able to see that table. Okay, so let's see. So we are in the Swiggy underscore data warehouse. So let's refresh it. Okay, so it's not created yet. I'll just right click. Let's refresh the entire page. Okay, and here you can see I mentioned the incorrect name. So that's the reason a new schema has been created. If you see in the lake house, so I mentioned an incorrect name. Maybe it should be what Swiggy underscore project is the schema we created. But I mentioned an incorrect name over here while the pipeline activity was working. So if I see the destination, you can see Swiggy underscore schema. But it should be what Swiggy underscore project. So first what I will do, I will delete the data from here first. So this Swiggy underscore schema which has been created, I will delete that. So for that I will do take new SQL query from here and I will say drop schema. So I will just drop the schema which was created, that is Swiggy underscore schema. So delete this schema first, then I will run this. Okay, so you can see it is being reinforced by an object date. So nothing but there is a date field available over here. So first we will delete that date. Okay, so I will first delete the table. Okay, Swiggy dot date, right? So make sure you write in this way, that is drop table, the name of the schema, so that it will understand from which schema we are deleting. Now I will run this. Okay, so you can see the table has been gone from here. Remember, you have to mention the name of the schema over here because there are multiple schemas. If you just write drop table date, it will not understand from which schema you have to delete that. So name the schema first and then dot and the table name. Now what I will do, I will just delete this, and now we will drop the entire schema because it was first, it was having the table in that, so that's the reason it was not able to delete. Now we will delete this. Okay, we will drop this, and you can see the Swiggy underscore schema has been dropped. Now we will populate it in under Swiggy underscore project. Okay, so I will go to pipeline again over here. So you can see we are in the destination. This is source, this is destination, and this will change the destination over here as project. Okay, that is Swiggy underscore project is the schema that we have to work on. So I will validate this. It is correct, and now I will run this. Okay, save and run. So again, it will take 40-50 seconds to load the data. Okay, so let's wait. So you can see the queue has been started. Okay, you can see it has ran successfully. And if you want to see all the information, you can see Azure Data Lake Generation 2 is the engine which has been worked as backend. Okay, because whenever we are moving the data from Lakehouse to warehouse, when the data comes to warehouse, the data lake generation 2, it is being stored inside, right? The warehouse which we create, it is a data lake storage which is of Azure generation 2. In that the data is being stored, same records are being stored. Okay, so this you can read. I already told you how to. And now here I will come, I will refresh. Okay, and here you can see our Swiggy project is there. Under this you can see a table is been created. And now if you want to select that table, so if I want to see the data under that table, I will say select star from Swiggy, mention the name of the schema, and then select the name of the table. Okay, now I will run this, and you can see this is the entire table which we have. Okay, so in this way only we have to populate all the tables, right? So now I have created one activity already. If you are running the same activity again, if you run the same activity again, what will happen? The table which is available over here, in the same table, the data will be created again. So nothing but it will be appended again, the union, or we can say multiple records, duplicate records will be created. So if you want to run, now what we will do, all the tables we have to run, so we will not create one by one activity, we will copy the activity and we will create multiple activities over here, and once only we will run this. So I just showed you that how to do it for one single and how to validate. So you can see the data is coming correctly, so we can move ahead with our all the tables. So now what I will do, first I will drop this. Okay, so just drop this entire table, because if you rerun that particular table again, it will 243 records are already there, again it will bring 243 records, so double the records will be there, which we don't want, right? So I will drop the Swiggy project dot date table. Okay, and I will run this. Okay, so you can see it will be deleted from here. You can see table has been deleted. We will go back to pipeline again, and from here now I will go to general, and first I will name this to rename this copy date at dim underscore date table. So first we will copy the data dim underscore data table date table. Source is same, destination is same, just we will change the dim underscore date. So this is the name of the table we want to create, right? So that's it we have to do. Now we will copy this, paste it, again paste it, paste it, paste it. Five I have created because five tables are available. You can see in lake house, if I show you, these are the five tables. This new one is not required because it is duplicate table. We already have the dish. Okay, because I told you how to copy the data from files to tables in by using a pipeline. So now for this, select the second one. So this we will name it for, let's say, location. So we'll name this as for location, and now go to source. So instead of dim date, we have to move the table which location table. Okay, we have to move the location table. I will copy this. Destination should be same Swiggy underscore project, but the name should be different. That's it. Only that change you have to make. Now I will go to here. Okay, so I will go to destination. For source, I will select. Now I will move the dish table. I will copy this. I will change the name here, right? Instead of this, I will name that copy data dim underscore dish. That is dimension table. Destination also will change the name. That's only the change you have to make. Then go to third table. First, I will select the source. Okay, instead of dim date, now I will choose it as location we have already selected. Now we will choose it as dim restaurant. So copy this name, go to general. I will change this to that is copy data dim restaurant. Destination also we have to change this to restaurant. Okay. Now I will come here. First select the source. From here we will select orders. Now we have to copy the fact underscore orders. In general, I will change this to orders, and in destination also we will change this to orders. Okay. So now at once we will run all of these activities, that is copy data activities, so that it will move all of our tables from lakehouse to warehouse, right? By using ADLS to generation to nothing but Azure data, lake storage. And it is Azure data lake storage is the engine which will run behind. Actually, it is a storage system which is used for warehouse where delta tables, or we can say data lake, or inside data lake the delta tables will be created, right? Now I will first validate it if everything is correct, right? So all everything is correct. Now we will run this. So click save and run. So now it will take some time to run all of the things, right? So let's wait for that. So here you can see all the five activities will be queued in few minutes, in few seconds. Here you can see all of them are been worked simultaneously. So let's wait now. So let's give it some time. It will actually take not more than a minute, less than a minute only, but it is working, right? Let's wait. Here you can see all of them are succeeded. And if you want to see for, let's say, for dim underscore restaurant, so if you like see for dim underscore restaurant, you can see 993 records all have been populated. You can see it is actually compressing the size of the data, right? And we are using the Azure data lake storage generation to store our warehouse tables, right? Similar way, if you want to check for facts, here you can see 197,430 records were there. Same amount of records are being brought, right? Similar way, if you want to see for dish table, 82,891 were there. Same amount are being brought, right? So if you want to see for location table, 995 records are there. Same are being brought. Okay, close it. You can check for dimension date table. You can see it is 243, 243 records are there. So in this way, the pipeline will work to move the data from lakehouse to data warehouse, or we can say only warehouse. Now we'll go to warehouse. Okay. Now you can see all the tables are been brought. If you don't see, just refresh it. You will be able to see it, right? And now we will just see all the tables, right? So I will say select first I will say dim date. Okay, so you have to write same way Swiggy underscore project, nothing but the name of the schema dot the name of the table, right? So this is the format that you have to write inside. I mean, the query you have to write in this way only. And all, remember, all your queries will be saved in my queries. Okay, if you want to go back and see what queries you have fired, you can actually see it over here. And you can make a SQL project here itself. You can fire the SQL queries, and you can create the SQL project, and you can download it also. You can say download SQL database project. Entire project with data, everything will be downloaded, right? Which can be shared. So if I run this, here you can see this is the date table, right? Similar way, I will just copy this, paste, 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 paste. Okay, now I've checked it for tim underscore dish. Okay. So if I run this for dish and if I run, you can see these are the dish. It is for dish. You can check it for location also if you want. I will run this. You can see it for location also over here, right? You can change it for restaurant also. You can check it. I will run it. You can see this is for restaurant. Everything is being brought properly. And lastly, we will check it for fact table. It is fact orders. If I run this, you can see this is the fact orders. Everything is been brought. If you want, you can check the count of data also. I will copy and paste it. And around this, I will add count of star. Okay. Nothing but it will give you the count of each and every record. So if I run this, you can see it is 243. You can actually cross check with your data which you have. Just open it and check it. You will get the same result. Okay. Right. So I'll copy this also and I will use count around it. Okay. And select this query and I will run this. Okay. You can see 82891, which is the same count again. I will copy and paste it over here. So instead of this, I want for location. Okay. You can just run this query. You can see for location it is 995. Okay. Again, I will paste it over here. You can check it for restaurant. All right. And I will run this. And you can see 993 records. Control C and Control V. And I can check it for fact. And I will run this. And you can see same number. You can actually cross verify the records. Okay. With your the data which you have. Now you guys will say that we already have all of these tables in our local system. Why we can directly bring them in Power BI and we can visualize. My aim here is to teach you Fabric, right? So this is all the activities we actually perform in Fabric, and I will be in going forward in other projects. I will tell you how to use SQL engine, TSQL queries, stored procedures. I will also help you to understand how to write different notebooks, write Python codes where you can do the Python project, EDA, cleaning of the data, right? We can use more advanced function of Azure Data Factory also. That also I'm going to teach you. So I've started with this project, but it is very important because Fabric, Microsoft Fabric will be the future. Those who are using or those who are learning Power BI, you must learn Fabric because everything will be unified going further. There will be no more usage of multiple tools. And whatever Microsoft is also offering, like ADF is there, ADLS, like Azure Data Lake Storage is also there. So these as a separate service till now they were offering, like Azure is there. Now what they are saying, we are going to stop all those services. Everything will be used, or you will have to use going forward Fabric only, because everything is there in Fabric. Use Fabric only, right? And it is very cheap because $292 per month for F2 capacity. It is actually cheap for small scale industries because everything is there in one single thing, right? All the technologies of data related, everything you can use, even data cleaning, data science also technologies are there, real time modeling also you can do, right? So this is how you bring the data. Now we have to do some data cleaning also, but that we will see in the second part. In second part we will see data cleaning. We will see how to create a semantic model for Power BI. We will see how to create the joins, how to publish the semantic model. After that, we will see how to connect to that semantic model through Power BI. We will create a report and we will see how to publish it in the Fabric also, right? So this was the first part. And if you have came at this point of the tutorial, I hope you have learned so many things, right? And with practice, you will be learning so many, right? So I will see you in the second part.